Hello?
When people talk about the Matrix, they usually dive headfirst into philosophical deep ends. Neo as a modern Jesus, Plato's cave allegory, or nihilistic debates about simulation theory. But today, we're doing something a little different.
Who's coming for me?
Well, no one's coming for you yet. We're setting aside the hermetic symbolism, book references, and endless philosophical name-dropping to focus on something simpler, yet arguably more profound.
What, right now?
Yes, now. We're going to uncover what we can actually learn from The Matrix as a story, beyond all the other YouTube deep dives and armchair philosophy. This is the cycle of art. At its core, the real message of The Matrix isn't about abstract existential dread. It's about faith in oneself and love as the ultimate forms of liberation. Not the kind of belief that grants literal invincibility, nor love that stops bullets, but a quiet, powerful conviction that the arbitrary rules of society don't define who you truly are. Neo doesn't become the one because someone explicitly tells him he is. In fact, when Neo meets the Oracle for the first time, she very pointedly avoids telling Neo whether or not he is the one, and instead...
You know what that means? It's Latin. Means know thyself. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Being the one is just like being in love. No one can tell you you're in love, you just know it.
Wisely understanding that true discovery requires personal agency. It's only through this thoughtful withholding and through the support and belief Trinity and Morpheus offer that Neo discovers his own truth and potential. The purity of this message quickly got muddied by the sequels, Reloaded and Revolutions. The original film's straightforward narrative was obscured under layers of complex mythology, philosophical name-dropping, and increasingly convoluted plot lines. These sequels forced viewers into the very intellectual maze the first film subtly cautioned against.
Do not try and bend the spoon. That's impossible. Instead, only try to realize the truth.
What truth?
There is no spoon.
There is no spoon?
Then you'll see that it is not the spoon that bends, it is only yourself.
They trap us in endless debates over determinism, prophecy, and machine versus human warfare. The irony is clear. The Matrix was never about philosophy, hermetic symbols, or even woo-woo mysticism.
Hello, Neo.
Who are you?
I am the architect. I created the Matrix. I've been waiting for you.
Instead, it was about the emotional and liberating experience of breaking free from imposed structures. Most critique the sequels for this and often cite them as ruining the main message. However, I don't even think the movies are unaware of the Ouroboros that they create.
As you are undoubtedly gathering, the anomaly is systemic, creating fluctuations in even the most simplistic equations.
Fans and critics alike fell into the Wachowskis' clever trap, overanalyzing the details, the themes, all of the allegory, rather than feeling out the simple power of personal liberation the first movie captured so effortlessly. I think that Morpheus sums it up perfectly.
Neo, sooner or later you're going to realize, just as I did, there's a difference between knowing the path and walking the path.
AKA, it's all well and good to be able to analyze a story for its meaning and useful parables, but that means nothing when it's faced with a real, bona fide existential crisis, a cry for meaning and direction, to not have to choose who to be, or to feel the spiritual tug at what you mistake for fate. In comes The Matrix Resurrections, the controversial fourth installment that openly mocks itself, the audience, and the entire franchise. Resurrections reframes the original film almost as parody, clearly exposing how the cycle of high-octane battles, leather trench coats, cool sunglasses is itself the ultimate distraction and entertainment for the machine. It's not really about the annihilation of humanity. It's about perpetuating the game itself. True rebellion, then, isn't about being better at the game, but about refusing to play altogether. This critique is vividly portrayed through the deliberately campy special effects, exaggerated fight sequences, and ultimately in Neo and Trinity's final act, jumping off a ledge and soaring away into a literal sunset, escaping the game entirely. The message is powerful. The greatest rebellion is simply to refuse to participate. Now, this brings us to a point of contention, a controversial revelation from one of the creators themselves. In 2020, Lily Wachowski explicitly stated that The Matrix was conceived as a trans allegory, explaining,
"The Matrix stuff was all like about the desire for transformation, but it was all coming from a closeted point of view." I'm glad that it has gotten out that, that was the original intention, but the world wasn't quite ready at a corporate level. The corporate world wasn't ready for it, so.
This statement created an uproar online, particularly on platforms like Reddit and YouTube, where reactions ranged wildly. Some viewers felt alienated by this interpretation, arguing that it narrowed the film's universal application of its themes. They perceived the Wachowski's clarification as a convenient revision to suit who the creators are now. However, in all of those comments, adding to that what the critics have said about the films, and even now to what YouTube movie reviewers and media essayists have all failed to realize, is that the core of The Matrix, the journey of self-discovery and challenging externally imposed identities, is inherently universal. The real irony here is that those most disturbed by this allegory may have missed the broader unifying truth it presents. Self-discovery and authenticity are deeply human experiences applicable to everyone. Ultimately, The Matrix, and sci-fi broadly speaking, isn't about predicting futures. It's about reflecting on the present and examining our beliefs, technologies, and social structures. This is what the greatest sci-fi authors like Philip K. Dick, Frank Herbert, Neil Stephenson, William Gibson, and others like them have always understood in all of their stories. Sci-fi's real power is a cautionary mirror by juxtaposing what we value as a society against a future that feels alien. The Matrix exemplifies this to a T. Have another little dream, question nothing inside your little battery cocoon where you get drained by the machine, or break free and hold on to your ideals of right and wrong, throw up a fist against the machine, allowing the Matrix to reiterate itself every time there's another revolution, or take the third pill and let go. Say no to playing the game entirely and truly be free. Despite the infinite wisdom this stance has beyond personal development, the real lesson from The Matrix isn't in its heady philosophical references or existential nightmares. It's simpler and yet much more profound. Our most genuine freedom comes from belief in oneself to overcome adversity and from authentic love. Two things no simulation, no societal expectation, no digital panopticon or imposed systems of control can ever take from you. And maybe that's the most powerful form of rebellion we have. Thanks for watching.